Is it safe to run if you have pain from runner's knee? Well, let's tackle this question wisely, because if you're a runner, you're probably having the thoughts of, I need to get a run in. I need to make sure that I exercise. It's important for my health, and it's important for my sanity as well. And I've got a run coming up soon, a race, and I need to stay on schedule with my training. And you're probably having the thought, well, it doesn't hurt that bad. I'm gonna go ahead and get a run in. Well, let me break down 3 important factors that you need to consider when making a game time decision on whether or not to go on this run. Number 1 is consider the parts of your knee that are irritated. Now, when you have runner's knee, it's going to be pain in the front of the knee. The specific body parts or the parts of the knee are going to be the kneecap itself, the cartilage specifically behind the kneecap, the tendon right above, the quad tendon is what it's called. It's where the quad muscles come in and connect to the top of the kneecap. And then you have the ligament that connects the kneecap down to the shin bone. Any one of those 3 spots are probably the most common spots to get pain. So some people will say I have pain above the kneecap. Others will say I have it behind the kneecap, and then some say below the kneecap. Now, there's other areas you can get pain, like on the sides of the kneecap, and there's even a fat pad down here that can become irritated, but I won't get into too many details for the sake of this video. You just have different spots that have pain. Another way to look at this though is you might have pain in both knees, because maybe it only hurts behind the kneecap on your right knee, but it also hurts above the kneecap on the left knee. I would consider that 2 spots. You see how that works? Think of both knees. Now, if it's just one knee that you're dealing with that has pain, then if you have pain above the kneecap and behind the kneecap, then that's 2 spots as well. If you have pain in 2 spots, that's double the spots that hurt than 1. And so that means you're on a slippery slope at this point. It's going to be really easy for you to develop a 3rd spot or to make those 2 spots more intense versus if you just have 1 spot that hurts. So just consider that for now. That doesn't mean you're going to stop running necessarily. You have to factor in the next 2 parts. So number 2 is factor in how much you're running, like the distance and time that you're running, and then also the intensity of your run. What I mean by that is if you're going to go do a 3-mile run, for instance, and you've been getting pain at 4 miles, then you might be able to get away with doing a 3-mile run just fine today. But if you've been getting pain at 2 miles and your intention is to run 3 miles today, then you're probably not going to be able to accomplish that. If we're listening to your knee and not making the problem worse. You could probably grit through it, but at the expense of making this knee problem worse, at developing more spots or more painful single spots as well. When we talk about the intensity, I mean speed. It's another way to talk about speed. So let's say you're a sprinter. Maybe you do basketball or football or you do track and you're doing a sprint. Let's say you're sprinting 100 meters at 100% of your speed or intensity and your knee hurts. Now it's not distance as much as it is intensity. If you can accomplish that 100-meter sprint at 80% of your full speed and your knee doesn't hurt, then you might be able to train today at 80% without making your knee worse. Find the percentage that works for you, even if this is a longer run. Let's say you're running a 5K, a 3-mile run, and your typical pace is 10 minutes a mile, we'll say, and that hurts you, you might be able to slow it down to maybe 11 minutes a mile, 10 and a half minutes, maybe even 12, 13, 14 minutes per mile, just to finish the run. But if you keep it at a lower pace, a lower intensity, a lower speed, I'm using all those synonymously in this video, then you might be able to accomplish the 3 miles without hurting your knee. So you have to consider those factors as well. And the 3rd factor is going to be how you feel after your run. So this is after the fact, after you've made some adjustments. Ideally, you should have pain after the run that does not last longer than 30 to 60 minutes. That's the window. And ideally, the best ideal is no pain after the run. That means that your runner's knee is not that bad and you will probably not flare up tremendously on another run or several runs. But if you do have pain, as long as it goes away within an hour, then you're usually okay. It's not going to give you some long-lasting problems. But if it does last longer than an hour, and it may go away, but then it bothers you later on in the evening when you're sitting around, it bothers you at nights when you're trying to get to bed, you can't bend your knee in a comfortable position. If you bend your knee all the way and it starts to hurt, sometimes you sit in a way that makes you bend your knee all the way, then that counts as pain after your run. That means that you're making your knee irritated during the run and it's bothering you with normal things that don't involve intense activity like your run. If you feel pain after your run like this, then that's another factor to consider on your decision to do the run again next time. Because it is possible that you can go do that run and you only have one spot that hurts. And you can run at pretty much your full intensity, the amount of the distance that you intend to run. You run 3 miles at your 10-minute per mile pace, it doesn't really bother you, but then it hurts later on in the day. Then you've got a problem that you have to consider, is this something I'm going to move forward with? Now, I would tell you, if you're a competitive runner, or if it's really important to you, it's part of your identity and you don't want to stop running because it's just going to hurt you so much, then move forward into the run. But you need to be careful to be fixing the root problem, because more running does not solve the root problem of runner's knee. You can't run through runner's knee endlessly. You might be able to do it for a short time just to continue running, but your runner's knee problem is not going to be resolved by running for longer, running for running faster, or even lowering your intensity and distance and hanging out there for a while until the pain diminishes, because once you take it back up again, you're going to run into runner's knee again. So let me give you 2 options to adjust your running so that you might continue running. Option number 1 is to reduce the intensity. Don't run at 100%. You might also reduce the distance. That'd be another factor with option number 1. So you can reduce the intensity and reduce the distance. See if that allows you to keep running and it allows you to meet your requirements, or whatever your aim is, whatever your goal is. Option number 2 is to rest. Stop running. You might exhaust option number 1 to the point where you feel like you just give up. That's a possibility that happens often, where people say, you know what, I had a goal of running a marathon, but I run into knee pain at mile 20. And as I continue my training, the marathon's 2 months away, a month away, I'm starting to hit it at mile 19, mile 15. How am I going to finish this marathon if I have miles left, 10 miles left, and I'm already running into knee pain? You might need to call it and say, you know what, this is going to work out. Or if you can adjust it, maybe just sign up for the half marathon so that you can still get the race in and work within your tolerance, then you might be able to accomplish that half marathon or that 10K or 5K, whatever is available to you, whatever you're looking at doing. And if you're not signed up for a race, then just make an adjustment. What's the pressure on yourself? As long as you can continue to do some form of exercise, burn those calories, stay healthy, get that mental health in as well, then I think you're accomplishing the long-term goal, which is to be healthy for most people. Either way, whether you decide to stop running or you're going to continue running, and be very careful about how you do it according to the guidelines I've given you here, what you need to make sure you're doing is addressing that root problem that sets up runner's knee, and it's a muscle imbalance. If your quad muscles are too dominant, they're going to be yanking on everything on the front of the knee here. They're going to be pulling the kneecap into the thigh bone, compressing the cartilage back there, and then they're also going to be pulling on the tendons and ligaments in the area. That's what's setting it up. And there's something about the running form or some other training that you're doing that's causing you to overuse your quad muscles. And usually we have to go up and fix the glutes in the back of the hip to cause those quad muscles to calm down and act more normal, so they're not giving too much pressure to the front of the knee. That needs to be addressed no matter what, so that you can continue running here next year, next decade, the rest of your life. I've got tons of videos to help you out here on YouTube with resolving the root problem of runner's knee. Go down to the playlist in the description below. There's a playlist called Runner's Knee and Jumper's Knee Help. That playlist has all our videos regarding runner's knee and jumper's knee. And then I've also got a program that you should consider checking out. It's called the Patella Pain Recovery Program. There's a link for that in the description too. And this program is me guiding you through the process that you need to go through in order to fix the root problem that leads to runner's knee. It's over 30 videos that you can access only in that program. They're not on YouTube. And as long as you got a phone, a laptop, a tablet, and an internet connection, you can access this program. And it's as if I'm there with you, guiding you through the steps, through the treatments that you need to go through to fix the root muscle imbalance that sets up runner's knee. Hey guys, if this video was in any way helpful for you, please give us a thumbs up so that we can help more people out there. Please subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of the helpful videos we post each and every week. Share this video with somebody out there. I'm willing to bet that if you're a runner, you probably know other runners that have similar problems. I love for them to catch this stuff so that they might benefit too. And please leave a comment if you have any questions, if you want to update us on how your running journey is going. We'd love to get back to you on those comments. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.